Hello everyone, Dr. John Bartemus here today with Functional Medicine Charlotte partner Bree. And Bree would like to share with us her story. So Bree, what first caused you to seek out functional medicine?
Honestly, it was a lifelong battle with IBS, which was what I was originally told, starting back from when I was about 4 and then hit really bad about middle school, and has literally just been a battle for my entire life. I've had some pretty bad reactions to food in general. I'd have a lot of bloating and inflammatory everything, honestly, typically within the abdomen area. And then brain fog was a big one, so I wouldn't be able to think after I would eat certain things. A lot of pain after I would eat as well.
Okay. And I remember when we first met, you said the bloating made you feel like you were 6 months pregnant.
At least 6 months pregnant, yes.
Okay.
I would look that way.
Okay, after eating.
After eating, yes. I can be completely inflamed to the point where I looked 6-7 months pregnant to anybody. It wasn't just me thinking it.
Okay. So getting those questions in public, oh, congratulations.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
And as an entrepreneur, the brain fog was not just minor, it was significant, correct?
It was extremely significant to the point where I could not eat in the middle of the day for fear that I would react in a way that I could not actually form sentences and finish trainings or working with teams and stuff that I was working with, because I was always fearful that if I had a negative reaction to whatever I ate and I got the brain fog, that's just not okay. I couldn't do it. So
Right.
I would just not eat if I was out in training.
Gotcha. So significantly impacting your life for a 30-year period, basically.
Pretty much.
So what other doctors had you seen? What had they tried, you tried?
We had started initially, from when I was young to just primary care physician. I have been to multiple GI doctors from the time I was 11 or 12 all the way up. I went to some specialist at some point when I was in high school that I was referred to by one of my GI doctors. I can't even remember what he did, but I mean, it just got to a point where nobody knew what to do, other than sometimes I was put on antibiotics for different things. But basically, I stopped in my mid-20s and said, I'm good, I'm done.
Okay.
So for the last 10, 12 years, I've just dealt with it.
Okay. So what about the functional medicine approach was different?
Everything was different. Absolutely everything. So it was never just about my gut. It was never just about my GI tract, which was honestly, I never thought to look anywhere else. I never thought, I just don't know enough about medicine. My stomach was what was bothering me. I would go with somebody that would focus on the whole stomach, gut area, and that's all I knew what to do. And everything was different. You looked at me as a whole person, looked at every single organ function, every enzyme, every bacteria that was in my system, everything. So before you remotely decided where we should start and what should we do, and that's something that I've never had. I've had enough endoscopies and colonoscopies and probing and prodding throughout my life, but I've never had anybody actually look down and look at me in a full picture on paper before.
And that's what the secret is, right? The secret is in the process. And you said, I thought medicine was you have a complaint and you look at that area. And unfortunately, that's what medicine is in conventionally. And that's why there's so many people out there like yourself suffering, because we don't honor that it's a whole person, and there's many things involved. And so what we found the IBS to be in your case was actually SIBO, which is short for small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. And SIBO, whereas IBS is more limited to the GI often but can affect the head, SIBO is known to be a brain-gut axis disorder along with IBS, and there's nuances that make it different, right? Because if they were the same thing, then the IBS treatments you had done in the past would have worked, right? And they're not the same thing. There's nuance, so we addressed it. And by addressing the SIBO, what is life like now?
Completely different. I actually eat, that's good, during the day. The biggest thing is that I don't inflame when I eat at all. Like, I don't have the pain, I don't have the bloating, I don't have the brain fog anymore at all. It's honestly completely different. I'm not fearful to eat when I am places. Like, it's just, I don't know how to explain it other than saying it's like a 180, completely different lifestyle in general.
Excellent. Well, one way she explained it off camera when she came in today was talk about feeling bad. Remember what you said?
No?
So you had mentioned now if you feel bad.
Oh, yes, I do. So I was saying, I remember, yeah, I said when I guess I always felt so bad all the time that I didn't know how bad I felt when I felt bad. So when I actually had a reaction to something that I didn't know, to like a food reaction to something that I probably actually do react to, I got so sick and actually felt bad. And for the first time I was like, oh my gosh, like I actually feel really bad. And it was at that point where I realized that I didn't really know what it felt like to feel bad, because I never felt good.
Right.
Like, I felt bad all the time, like literally all the time. So it was just my daily norm to feel bad. Mm-hmm. So I think that's been such a transformation for me too, is like I actually know when something's not right now, instead of just feeling bad all the time. And like I don't know how to explain other than to say, like, I actually feel good now. I have a different new norm.
Yeah.
It's completely transformational.
Awesome.
On a daily basis.
So you know what feeling good feels like.
Yeah.
Well, excellent. And none of this could have happened without you taking what we found and then implementing the plan. So props to you for doing probably one of the things that was one of the hardest things you've done, but has yielded such strong benefits for you.
Absolutely. And honestly, I just want to thank you, because I have been to so many doctors in my life. I've never had anybody remotely try to go outside of the box of, oh, it's just IBS. Yeah. Here, do all your symptoms fit in these boxes? Nope, they don't, but we'll just keep you in that box anyway. So nobody has ever done that, and I have never had results from anything I've done in my entire life like this. So,
well, I'm honored to partner with you, and thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for sharing your story, so that hopefully people out there who have been misdiagnosed or not thoroughly investigated will have the guts to check outside the box of conventional medicine for functional medicine to reach the healing that you've reached.